What's good, everybody? It's your boy back with another reaction video. I will be reacting to Miles Morales versus Static Shock. Marvel Spider-Man versus DC Static Shock. I said in another video that I've been moving away from doing reactions to like YouTube and stuff. But I saw this come up. Static Shock is one of my favorite characters, especially of my childhood. And I was like, I gotta at least try to react to this because Rooster Teeth went back and they blocked some of they claimed I think two reactions I did for this stuff. Then they just blocked when I reacted to the one with Ganondorf and Dracula. They just straight up blocked that, and they blocked the one with I can't remember who he fought, but it was Sasuke. Was one. They blocked that, so they started going. Then they went back and blocked some other ones. I don't know. Then I see other people posting that like Q&A stuff and stuff, but I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna try to do this. I might turn the volume down really low. Unlike the other ones, they were moderately low, but I might turn this down real low. So I might have to turn your TVs up a bit or your laptop or phones up a bit. But yeah, and I might talk over it a lot more. Might try. I try to talk, but sometimes I get so involved in what I'm looking at that I forget to talk and I stop talking. But let's see. Anyway, let's get into this. Miles Morales versus Static Shock. I think that I'm gonna go with my boy Static. Because if you just look at Static Shock's powers, I feel like Static will win. And I don't think that it might work. I don't think that that stinger attack that Miles Morales has. I don't think that's going to do anything to Static. I mean, it's a very powerful attack. I don't think it's gonna do anything to Static. Plus, I mean, Miles Morales has the strength and the speed aspect. I would say Static is quick though. Like Static's pretty quick, but I mean, I don't know about as far as like fighting and combat. I don't know if he's faster than Miles Morales. Like I said, Miles Morales has the strength, speed. I would think they're both probably on the same intelligence level. I mean, they kind of, I remember in the cartoon anyway, they kind of made Static Shock like he was like he's more like had a genius intellect. Pretty much everybody has a fucking genius intellect in comic books. Or they are master martial artists, especially if they don't have any powers. But these two do, so it doesn't matter. But I'm gonna go with my boy Static, mainly because I just think Static's power set, I just think he could beat Morales, and also I'm biased because I like Static Shock more than I like Morales. That could be because I grew up watching Static Shock as a kid. I still actually have the episodes. I have them somewhere. Yeah. I think I bought them on iTunes. I bought them somewhere. And so yeah. But anyway, let's just give it to this. Alright, here we go.
Throughout the earths of Marvel and DC Comics, there are hundreds, no thousands of superheroes saving the day. But what if I told you there were even more across the multiverse?
Oh, great, as if we don't have enough to keep track of already.
Miles Morales, the Spider-Man of Marvel's Earth number 1610.
And Static, the electric genius from DC's Dakotaverse. He's wears an iron boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. At first glance, the world of Earth 1610
That was a really good movie.
But Look closer and
I
you'll
was
find Coca
pleasantly
Soda instead of
surprised.
Coca-Cola, PDNY officers instead of NYPD.
And a hamburger and fries can cost 30,000 goddamn dollars.
But perhaps the greatest difference in this so-called Ultimate Universe was that Peter Parker, the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, was dead.
Enter Miles Morales. He was your typical kid from Brooklyn and didn't have much to worry about except his overbearing mom and dad. Hey kid, appreciate your folks while you have them. You never know when they're gonna pull a surprise Uncle Ben.
Well, Miles spent most of his time with his more laid-back Uncle Aaron, who turned out to be a secret supercriminal.
Totally relatable. Anyway, during one of his heists into a secret lab, Aaron accidentally scooped up a spider. The next time Miles visited, the spider got loose and, you know what happens.
This spider carried the genetic enhancing Oz formula. Yet another attempt to recreate Captain America's infamous super soldier serum. It had previously transformed Peter Parker into the first Spider-Man.
Yeah, everybody
Wait a
want that.
minute, who came up with the idea to store the super serum in a freaking
I think I would
spider?
rather be
Yeah,
Spider-Man
scientists
than
get
Captain
weird
America.
sometimes.
Maybe next time, put it in something that can't walk away. It's got 8 legs. That's like 4 times more walking power.
Sure. Either way, with his new powers, Miles donned
you're
red
black.
to become the ultimate Spider.
So I must defeat you.
Spider lad on the block. He does whatever a spider can. He's super
I don't even remember that
smart,
cartoon.
and has the overpowered super radar, the spider sense.
After meeting Peter's Aunt May, Miles took up the classic web shooters, complete with multiple types of long to short-range webbing.
Yet another tool that would be perfect for snagging a beer from the fridge without leaving the couch.
Boomstick, he was a teenager.
Different universe, different drinking laws, right? And also,
I like you
Peter,
just
he can
assume
stick to
that.
walls. You know, spider style.
Yes, like some spiders, Miles can control his body's interatomic attraction.
Oh yeah, I forgot he can make his stuff invisible too.
However, unlike Peter, this subatomic electron manipulation gave Miles a few.
But
extra
can't
moves
static
of his own.
look at see like your
The kid's got
electric field or some
He
shit? I
can
can't
stab
remember.
people with a quick touch, fire off massive explosions, and even turn invisible. Wait, what's that got to do with shocking people?
This venom sting can even take out the Ultimate Universe's Electro, a being
Oh,
literally made
that's-
of electricity.
what?
But Miles didn't just shock him; he disrupted Electro's own charge.
Oh,
Similar to a
really?
misfiring sending too much electricity in one
Oh,
direction. shorting out your
I did not
computer.
know that.
Somebody forgot to plug it into the surge protector.
Wiz, you know I don't believe in protection for anything. It's going in raw.
Anyway, as the new Spider-Man, Miles obviously had a lot to live up to. After his Uncle Aaron died in front of him,
Ha! Told you somebody would pull a Ben.
Miles pushed past the heartache. He persisted, living up to Peter's ideals, and eventually stepped out of his shadow to be Spider-Man in a way only he could.
Oh yeah, what's up, Danger? He can blast apart a building-sized monster and survived being slammed around by the giant
Oh,
Cassie
yes,
Lang.
I read that.
That's Ant-Man's daughter.
He's smart enough to hack military drones and quick enough to destroy an alien device in a microsecond. Essentially, he needed to open and close a portal in an impossibly short time frame to prevent an alien force from invading. It's a long story.
Point is, he's super fast. With his spider sense, he can react to things before they even happen. He's super tough, too. He even survived being caught in this giant super collider exploding.
Measuring the size of this hole using real-world maps of New York and solving for fragmentation, we know this explosion must have been equivalent to about 222 tons of TNT.
Sure, that's not technically canon to the comics, but guys, main series Spider-Man has done way crazier things. I mean, he has the same powers, and Miles has even beat the crap out of him. Classic Pete can bench press 130 tons, uses spider sense to dodge beams of light, and ripped apart Doc Ock's robo-arms, which once survived a 2-kiloton nuclear explosion. So I'd say the Super Collider feat checks out.
Well, I mean,
Miles only
comics
powers
aren't
can
the
fire
most
out, and his spider sense
consistent
doesn't automatic,
source. Yeah.
serving more as an alarm or proximity sensor.
But the youngins proved himself to be the best successor a Spider-Man could ever want, and more. He even got pulled into the main Marvel timeline when they blew up the Ultimate Universe. Miles Morales is truly
They like
great.
they character's too good to lose. They bring him over.
Despite growing up in the most crime-filled neighborhood of Dakota City, Virgil Hawkins was a pretty chill guy.
He spent his time playing
I thought he was from
D&D,
like
reading comics,
South Dakota
you know,
or something
typical nerd stuff.
when I was a
But he
kid.
had one major problem: the classic sitcom bully. No teenage story is complete without it.
During school, he was frequently harassed by local gang leader
Sheesh,
Francis
he trying to
Stone.
kill her?
Virgil's only refuge was one of his few friends, Larry Wade.
Larry convinced Virgil there was only one way to get rid of Francis for
I'm
good.
killing him.
Join his own gang and pack some heat. Things got, well, pretty intense, and Virgil wasn't having any of it. It was time to bail like DC Comics on their cinematic universe.
But the damage was already done. The police arrived and let loose a massive canister of what seemed to be tear gas, but wasn't.
I knew they gonna have to. They gonna have to dig at DC.
It was supposed to tag each gang member so the cops could track them down later, but it was actually laced with radioactive quantum juice, which killed almost everybody. I hated when that happened.
Luckily, Virgil was one of the few who survived, but the quantum juice still had an effect.
You could say he was shocked to find out what it did.
Yes, he began to develop electromagnetic powers. Before this, Virgil always felt out of his league, but now he was in a league of his own and became the superhero Static.
Yeah, I was like, they gotta have a song come on.
Hell yeah! With these new powers, the guy was unstoppable. He could blow shit up with electric bolts quick as lightning, make explosion balls called Nova Bombs, and taser people with punches to the face.
Right, but he's not just good at shocking people. Static can alter the electron attraction of any object or
Oh
surface.
yeah, I remember he fought the
He can
Justice
extremely
League.
durable electromagnetic force fields that block most attacks. He can even move metal around like a hip young Magneto.
And slip metal under his feet to take to the sky.
A
His
hip
favorite
young
ride is
Magneto.
the static saucer, a giant frisbee that doubles as a shield and buzzsaw. Think about it. Don't you wish your car could literally cut through traffic?
Obviously, turning superhuman overnight caught Virgil a bit off guard. But after a few speed bumps, he became a well-regarded superhero throughout the city of Dakota, even teaming up with fellow heroes like Icon and Rocket.
Icon and Rocket? Come on, where's Batman and Wonder Woman?
Oh, I should mention that while Static is part of the DC universe, he did not start there. See,
Yeah.
Static was originally created by Milestone Comics, which eventually merged with DC. Their characters, including Static, existed in an alternate timeline known as the Dakotaverse. Then a guy named Dharma gained cosmic power and accidentally blew everything up, sending Static into the main DC timeline. It's really not too complicated.
Uh-huh.
I've actually been working on a device to peer into alternate timelines. but
Sounded the same thing with the Ultimateverse.
Well now, old chap, what were we discussing but a moment ago?
Oh, shite though to know. Let's figure out who wins a fatality.
Why is he Irish?
Yes, I'm mad as hops. Let's begin, my fellow Ultra Cupidarian.
I regret everything.
Oh, I'll do it again.
No! I'm sure that's fine.
Well, no matter the universe, Static was always one-upping himself. He learned how to see ultraviolet light and how to make people glow. Wait, what's that got to do with shocking people?
That would be his ability to detect bioelectric auras.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Static can also create power-draining plasma
I was like, I knew he was something.
impulses of others, and empower or heal himself by draining energy from outside sources.
He can literally reattach his severed arm with shock power. I'm not even joking. Look at this. Since when could electricity do that?
Clearly, Static has a lot of power at his beck and call.
He can survive building-sized kabooms, lift hundreds of tons, and once turned this huge chunk of ice into slush in just a couple seconds.
Based on the size of the ice and the required change in temperature for such a feat, Static must have output energy equal to 180 tons of TNT.
I'm like, it's comic books. None of this shit makes
Lasers
sense.
confirmed to be beams of actual light, which is pretty darn fast.
And in the cartoon, he actually shoved some quantum juice in some lockers and launched them out of orbit. These are typical school lockers, which can weigh up to 30 pounds each.
And fit approximately one nerd.
To throw 3 of these into space, they need to be moving nearly 3,000 times faster than sound, requiring a throwing force equal to 4 kilotons of TNT.
Damn! Okay, sure, that's not canon to the comics, but his electromagnetism could play tug-of-war with Superboy's telekinesis, which can lift 4 million tons. I'm not sure Static can go that far, but if he's anywhere close, it's still higher than throwing some lockers around.
Though, despite Static's incredible power, insulators are his kryptonite, and he can run out of juice if he pushes himself too much.
But the guy's one of the
there's similarities
coolest
here.
superheroes who rarely got his time to shine. Heck, he was good enough to join the Justice League. I think even Virgil himself was shocked to see
Well, he's
how
in,
cool he really was.
He's in Who did that song? Was it Bow Wow? They did that the theme song, the first theme song. But
But first, all this talking has made me
he's
hungry.
in
Ooey bread.
Young. He's like, you got electric powers like that other guy, so you must be bad. Oh, he already used that stinger attack. I like this music. Yeah, that damn spider sense. Shit. Oh, he made it so he can't stick to it. Oh yeah, he did that to the Flash. Well, he made the Flash was like stick to the ground. Yeah, so you could see him. Oh. Oh, he arm got cut off. He's much more powerful as an adult. So one of those DC powers that they, as they get older, they get stronger. Oh man. Nah. Damn, this is blacked out the host. He using a car to fly now.
Looks like we're kicking off this year with a
Told
bang.
you.
Poor Miles, though.
Honestly, I'm surprised how this turned out. At first glance, Miles appeared to have a good chance of victory.
He was definitely physically stronger than Static. He would have totally won an
Oh,
arm
yeah.
wrestling contest.
But Virgil's overwhelming electric power put him at a level above the young Spider-Man.
Oh yeah. Overall, Static's feats were way above Spidey's. Even when we scaled Miles to classic Peter Parker's biggest feats, Static definitely had the oomph to take Miles out. But Miles had no easy way to get around his force field.
The variety of techniques at Static's disposal also rent many of Spider-Man's abilities moot.
Like how Spidey's invisibility didn't matter when Static could light him up like a Christmas tree. And his speed was so similar to what the spider sense could give Miles that the super radar wasn't that big of a help. Remember, just because he knew an attack was coming didn't always mean he could dodge it in time.
And, well, shockingly, Static only needed to hit him once. See, his electromagnetic manipulation gave him control over Miles' wall crawling and other abilities. As soon as he got a hold of Miles' bioelectric aura, it was basically all over.
But hey, Miles and all the other Spider-Men fight
That fight scene was one of the badass fights. I mean,
why was Static
of any Spider-Man movie.
Simply put, every iteration of Electro pales in comparison. He has no feats of power that come even close to Static, and frankly, he's an idiot. This was a fascinating matchup, but... Oh no, not again!
Yay! Mr. Morales put up a jolly good show. And
Is
yet
he
Mr.
British?
Had him outdone in
He's
breathtaking
British, that he's
power,
another was
stalwart
Irish.
defense, and veritable versatility.
Oh, he was just miles ahead of him, don't you know?
The victor is Static.
Goddamn right, it's Static.
Hey, thanks for checking out the premiere of Season 7 of Death Battle.
If you want the battle music for yourself, you can get it by clicking the link down below. And, hey, the card game is back in stock, so check that out on store.richteeth.com.
Sindel. Who, Black Canary. I was thinking I said probably Black Canary. I don't know. Sindel's like a. Is Sindel like a goddess or something? I don't know. She definitely seems to have some godlike abilities over Black Canary. I don't know. Black Canary. That canary scream. Just thinking about some of the stuff I've seen her do. That'd be interesting. I still think Sindel probably physically is superior to Black Canary, but I don't know. Have to wait and see. Maybe if they don't block this, they claim it. I don't care, but hopefully they don't block it. This reaction. But like I said, Static was going to win. I like Miles. Don't get me wrong. I've liked Miles since they first introduced him in the Ultimate Universe. But I knew he was out of his league. I knew he was gonna lose. Like I said, he was physical match. Yes, he's superior to Static, but Static just too powerful. But like I was saying, for Static is because I remember it was in the show. Plus, it was in Batman Beyond. They had Static Shock in there. That when as he gets older, he gets stronger, which they do with a lot of DC characters. I know they do that with Superman. At least they did. I don't know if they retconned it. Well, I should say Marvel does that too. Does Thor is like that? The older Asgardians get stronger they get, which is interesting. Like it's like the closer they get, it's almost like the closer you get to death, the stronger you get. Even when they're in their elderly, I guess, state, whatever how you want to call elderly for an Asgardian, I guess they just look old, but they're not really. They can still physically do anything else, but like anybody else, but they just look old, but they're even stronger. It was kind of when like what was it, King Thor fought Galactus when he was I think it was like 5,000 years, and the Earth I think it was 5,000 years, and the Earth was like barren, and no life was on it. And Galactus was like, well, I guess I can eat the planet now. And Thor was like, no, the hell you won't. And Galactus was like, dude, there's nothing here. Let me just eat the planet. And Thor was like, I said I was going to protect Earth to my dying breath, and I'm going to protect Earth. And Galactus could have easily just left. I mean, I'm sure there are more planets to eat. Galactus being the asshole he is, like, no, I'm eating Earth now. Which I'm sure, if I remember correctly, it's been a while since I read that, but if I remember correctly, Thor won that, and Galactus it was a stalemate, and Galactus just left. Like, well, fuck this, this is too much effort. But anyway, like I said, boy, Static Shock was going to win. I knew he was going to win. The boy beat the Justice, even though they were mind controlled at the time, and this is in the show. He still beat the Justice League, and they were trying to. I don't think they were trying to kill him, but they were trying to put that with that. That's I was getting mixed up with Young Justice. They were trying to put that disc on him so he could be mind controlled like they were. I remember when he went up with Superman. He was like, "Oh shit." Because Batman, he was like, come on, Bat. She's like, really? Batman's probably the easiest one to defeat. Superman's probably, I think, probably that was the hardest. John Jones thought that he could just go intangible and he was like, oh, psych. He just put his hand through his body because he was intangible, and then just electrocuted him because he's like, you can't, I guess, beat that. You're intangible. I can't physically touch you, but this is energy. So I still electrocute you, which fried that disc he had on him. I don't even remember who the villain was. Was that Brainiac? It was Brainiac, yeah, because he was on. Because I think the start of that episode, they needed someone to help because the Watchtower was losing energy, the core was losing energy, and needed somebody to charge it, so they got Static Shock. Batman's like, I know somebody, and they got Static Shock. Because Green Lantern wasn't there. And then John Stewart showed up later on. It's like, well, John came back from deep space so that he can take over. Which I didn't know that John Stewart could just use his lantern ring, I guess his energy, so I don't mind, and power the core. And I remember Static. What was his friend's name? The white guy who ended up. I think he got somehow. I forget what happened to him, but he ended up like he becoming like a super genius too. Because Virgil was like the genius, like had the genius intellect, and the other guy was, he was like average intelligent, but some I figured because they wanted him to have a sidekick, of course, so I guess more like a partner on the side because he invented some pretty cool tech. He had like rocket boots. He had that robot backpack that was pretty much artificial intelligence. Because if I remember, one it was like sacrificed itself. It got taken over by Brainiac, and yeah, that was the episode. When that was the episode after that when he got into damn, I forget that guy's name, but he got into his backpack, attacked him when they got back to Earth, and then did something to him. And he was like basically using him to do his it turned him into like a robot. It was weird. But anyway, I mean, I'm probably like fucking that all like mixing episodes with something else, probably a completely different show. I was fucking that all. But anyway, this was good. I like that music though. This might be the first song I actually try to find. He said that you could download it somewhere in the link, but I like that music with that. I like that. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed my reaction. If you did, make sure to hit that thumbs up button down below. Be sure to subscribe, hit that bell. You'll be notified when I upload new videos. Comment down below, share this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.